Okay, hi, welcome back to Book Talk. I'm coming to you from the Stickney-Forest View Public Library. This is August's edition of Book Talk, and it's going to be Chicago stories. I have some of my favorite books set in Chicago, and where the city is actually very vividly depicted, because there's a lot of books set in Chicago. Not all of them really take the city and make it prominent like character. So I have all male authors this month, sorry, but it's just some of my favorites, like I said. So we have The Adventures of Augie March by Saul Bellow. Now this is considered a classic, and he's dead now, he's not alive anymore, but this is about a boy growing up in the Depression in Chicago, and he takes a bunch of different jobs. It's kind of a coming of age because he finds himself, he tries to find jobs that he's good at, find his destiny in life. And so there's some hard knocks. It's the Depression. He's from a poor family, but he has a brother who he looks up to. And some of the descriptions of his brother are really memorable. There's lots of memorable characters in this, and it's very impactful because every character that impacts him then impacts you as the reader. His writing has been compared to Charles Dickens, and it's Adventures of Augie March. It's from his point of view, but it's his life's adventure, his adventure of life. And in the second part of this, actually, he goes to Mexico and he trains an eagle, I believe, falcon and an eagle. There's an eagle that he trains. This girl that he gets involved with brings him to Mexico and says, we should train this eagle, and they actually get very successful at that. It's very interesting. His whole journey, there's ups and downs, there's tender parts, there's rough parts. It's the picture of that time in history in Chicago, in the world at that time. You can just get a great picture of what life was like back then. So I recommend this. We have this here at the library, The Adventures of Augie March. I recommend it. So next one I'm going to talk about just came out this year. It's new and I'm excited about it because I loved it. Again, for the great descriptions of Chicago. Now this is Chicago 1978-79. Okay, a journalist moves to the city to write for a Catholic magazine. And I think this author, actually, he based it on his experiences because he lived here in Chicago back then. He doesn't live here anymore. He's not from here, but he lived here. And he wrote this book. It's just called Chicago. So I was like, this is a great cover. I love it. What's this book about? And it started off really good. But lots of books start off really good, and then it's maybe it keeps your interest, maybe not. You can tell he's a good writer right away. It starts good. I was like, is this going to stay good? Is it going to keep my interest? And the answer was yes. It was very, very good. It turned out to be about, basically a little over a year, his life in Chicago, the people he meets in his apartment building especially, and the neighborhoods that he discovers and he explores, and he plays basketball with just a group of guys outside at one of the courts, and I don't even play basketball, but the descriptions are really great. So this was poignant, and it was kind of nostalgic, and because he's looking back, this character is looking back at the year, over the year that he was in Chicago, and the way he describes Michigan is beautiful. And the neighborhoods, he says, where every neighborhood is a village. And if you lived in Chicago in the late 70s, I was very young, but it's I just think you would like this book, and there's also a dog. If you like dogs, there's a good dog character in this one. What else can I say about this? I just really, really liked it. One of the best books of the year so far, I think. If you like this kind of reflective writing, it's not like a big plot where there's, lots of action, but there's inner things, and there's, like I said, there's good characters, good descriptions, and I've lived in Chicago. I was born in Chicago, so I liked it. If that sounds good, pick it up. I'll be looking for other books. I think he has written other books, but I had never heard of this Brian Doyle before, so I'm going to be checking him out, and I hope you do too. Okay, so finally, again, another male author for today. Sorry for no female authors, but this one I just really liked, and it actually is self-published, but this author, James Hosek, which is from our area, he got a literary agent, so maybe this series might become published. But anyway, this is only a book available in our library system, so I'm sorry if you're watching this from out of our library system. It is available on Amazon, and it is available as an ebook if you want to do that. So, but if you're in our library system, check this out. We have some copies. This is a mystery. This is a fun, what they call cozy mystery, because there's not, a lot of gore. There's not that kind of dark criminal element. This is a light, fun, humorous book about a veterinarian who's solving some cases of some dead dogs and what's going on. And his job takes him traveling around Chicago. He does house calls, and he depicts the city. He depicts the construction and all the a bunch of recognizable things in the city nowadays, modern day, that if you live here you would recognize. And the tone is very humorous. The veterinarian, Dr. At, is very enjoyable to read. I really liked it. I'm looking forward to more in the series. So there's a bunch of fun, crazy stuff that goes on in this book, and he also there's a woman cop that helps him along, and there's some other workers in the veterinarian hospital that help him. But basically, he is just wrapped up in all this mystery and things that happen to him that he has to figure out what is going on, and it comes to a great, funny conclusion. So I recommend this one. Just came out. It's just pretty new. He just published it within the last year. So I'm looking forward to more of this. This is the Dr. At Mystery, Give a Dog a Bone by James Hosek. So I hope you find some good reads. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're reading, what books you recommend. I would love to hear that. And we'll come back next month with another edition of Sonia's Book Talk. Thank you. Have a good one.
If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to the Stickney-Forest View Public Library's YouTube channel. Also, like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The Stickney-Forest View Public Library District, where great things happen.